With us now is Dr. Olli Heinonen, a former Deputy Director of the International Atomic Energy Agency. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
There's a report from a short while ago that the material was found a few kilometers away. We cannot verify this report, but in any case, how is this possible at all?
Well, it depends on the guarding system which this site has. And as you know, it's a very, very remote location and not so many people around. And there is no continuous monitoring by IAEA, for example, to this material. But they watch it through using satellite imagery and probably found out some unusual events, and this then prompted the visit there. The quantity is somewhat puzzling because, as you said correctly, you cannot build a nuclear weapon out of it. It's perhaps 1/3 or 1/4 what is needed. So maybe it is a sample for someone to show that, you know, we have this material. If you want to have more, here it is, test it and come back to us and we will provide you with more.
What does it tell you about what's happening in Libya? In that context?
I think we don't know who is really controlling and how much they pay attention to this location in terms of their obligations under the safeguards agreement. So this is bustling. And as a history, you know, when we go back to 2004, actually the original idea was to remove all this material from Libya. All high-enriched uranium was sent out. Uranium hexafluoride was sent here to US. Centrifuges were taken to US. But this huge amount of yellow cake was a little bit more difficult because of two reasons. First of all, it was not in a very good condition, those drums. So in order to transport them away, you probably need to do some canning or protect them somehow. And 6,400 drums is a big job. And then there was another thing. Uranium price was going up. So I think that the Libyans decided to wait and to see whether they get a better price if they export it, like the Iraqis did at the very same time. There was also material in Baghdad which was transferred to Canada.
You know, Dr. Heinonen, I'm wondering what else we don't know that we don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is, I think, one of the questions. And when the regime of Gaddafi collapsed, you might recall that, for example, they found more chemical weapons materials than what OPCW had verified earlier. So there are a lot of unknowns. But in terms of the nuclear material, I would be surprised if there are, for example, really large quantities of, let's say, enriched uranium or so. Equipment, maybe they have still some, because we never, I think, got to the very bottom of all of that.
All right, Dr. Olli Heinonen, I thank you very much for that. Thanks.
Thank you.